Would you travel to Mont Tremblant, Quebec, Canada to ski or board for just a weekend when both Canada and the US have COVID-related entry restrictions in place? As the power is out. No power in the cafeteria, no power for the lift. I'm stuck on this side. I live in New York. I can drive to Vermont to bigger resorts in less time. No testing required. I see the lift moving with no one on it.
I live inside my own world of make-believe.
I think Tremblant is worth it, and I'm about to go right now. So let's see how long it takes and what great skiing and boarding awaits you there. So the trip has gone incredibly smoothly. Just 4 hours after leaving my apartment in New York, I'm at my rental car in Montreal. So about another 1.5 to 2 hours left to go. So far, COVID travel restrictions have not been an issue.
I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright.
When you're stuck in traffic on your way to Mont Tremblant, how do you know it's your first time back in Quebec in 2 years since the pandemic began? The radio.
Tenez 50 000 Air Miles en prime à l'achat de 60 $ de presque tout. Profitez-en pour gâter ce goût.
Bienvenue au Québec! Il neige! Il neige! All right, I'm here. It took an extra hour, so about 7 hours total. Normally it's 6, but none of that extra hour was due to travel restrictions. It was simply traffic in Montreal and snow, but I'm happy to be back. It is 7:30 in the morning. I have slopeside accommodations and I am walking to the lifts right now. Why it's such an ungodly hour? Well, because I'm staying at an Airbnb. If you come to Tremblant and you stay at a Tremblant hotel, you get access to what's called first tracks. 45 minutes before the lifts open to the general public, you get to get on and ride when there's less people. But at an Airbnb, I don't get that. Icon Pass has something called a privilege package, which for an additional $99 for a couple months, you get access to first tracks along with some other benefits. There's still a very long line with first tracks. Check it out. I'd say it's a bit foggy at the top, wouldn't you? Listen, I remember this slope called Bonsai on the north side of the mountain that I did 3 years ago. Very narrow, right in the trees. I'm thinking about checking that out right now. Why I paid extra for first tracks. As soon as the mountain is open to everyone, the lines get really long. The lift has been stopped for about 5 minutes, so the line's just getting longer and longer. But I will take advantage of the 20 free hot chocolates. Obviously 20 is meant for somebody who's doing it more than just a weekend, but let's see how many I can get. I may actually do one right now since the line is so long and the lift has not moved. One of the places I can get it is right down here. Well, my hot chocolate idea has been foiled because the power is out. No power in the cafeteria, no power for the lift. They're hoping it comes on soon. Otherwise, I'm stuck on this side. One thing's for sure, I'd much rather be stuck down here than be somebody who's up on the lift not even knowing what's going on. While I wait for the power to come on, why don't we talk about the measures that they put in place at Tremblant to deal with COVID? Because if you come here, you're going to have to comply. First of all, you must be vaccinated to ride any of the lifts or stay in an official Tremblant hotel. Face coverings are required in the gondola and are recommended on the lifts. My Icon Pass was actually deactivated when they put this in place. I had to call up, do a video conference to show that I was vaccinated. And the pass now acts as my proof of vaccination. 2 weeks ago, they started to relax the measures a little bit, so there is indoor dining now. And the power's back. But despite this long line, they're not letting anybody on the chairlift yet. I think I'm gonna go and try and see if they at least turn the power on the cafeteria. Maybe I can get one of those hot chocolates. Still closed. But now I see the line has cleared up, and not because they've started letting people on the lifts. So something is going on, and it can't be good. So the lift started running not because power is on, but because they were using the backup emergency diesel power. They had some problems with that, so they're still not letting anybody on. And power here is still out, kind of stuck. Smoke them if you got them, boys. Options are to take a shuttle bus to the other side, which has a very long line right now, or wait it out back here. All these people and just 2 buses so far. Sadly, line for the bus. I see them moving very slowly with no one on it. Alright, they just started letting people back on. Now the race is on. Check out all these people running behind me. When I got to the top, I figured, let's go back down because now there won't be anybody there. The lift line may be a little better. And now that I've done that, yeah, there was nobody on the slope, but back down, for some reason, it's packed again. And the lift is stopped again. I thought that might be a risk, that what if it works for a little while and then shuts down again, and then I'll be stuck back over here? Well, the lift isn't working. But right now there's no line for a bus, so maybe I'll just go get in that line. Back in the bus line because they're not letting anybody on that lift now. And there's gonna be a mad rush at some point for this bus line. And the line is reforming. People are finding ways to amuse themselves while waiting for the bus. I'm now back at the base of the south side and have to take the cabriolet to get back up to where the lifts are. Big advantage of my ski in, ski out Airbnb is lunch is nice and comfy right back into place. Pizza that I bought yesterday and my 2 free privilege hot chocolates. I'm over here on the Versant Soleil, which means sun side. I'm hitting some slopes that I have not hit in the prior 3 years I've been here. This one is a double black. It's really cool that it's tree lined, but it's kind of bare right now. I'm finding grass, rocks, ice among the snow. So you really gotta watch where you're going. Still fun to do for the first time. Entry requirements for Canada. If you want to get as a tourist and travel around freely, or at least as close as possible as you used to be able to pre-pandemic, you have to be vaccinated. You also need to get tested within 72 hours before arrival. You need to upload proof of vaccination into an app called ArriveCan. Even after all that, you might be selected upon arrival to have a test. But if you're randomly selected and you've met all those entry requirements, you don't have to quarantine while you wait your test results. To get back into the US right now, you need to take a COVID test within 1 day before you arrive. Unfortunately for me, Mont Tremblant doesn't have any clinics that offer COVID tests with results within 24 hours. So I unfortunately have to go to Montreal Airport and pay about $150 for a rapid test. But at least the option is there.
Chasing dreams. What you do, don't let go. Chasing dreams.